This video is going to look at Band-Aid Ollie Chaggy, so reverse turning kick. This kick is seen as being one of the most challenging that we have within Taekwondo, but it doesn't have to be so long as we can understand how to deliver it correctly, the biomechanics and the physics behind it. Looking at the technicalities, we have the need to deliver it on a 45-degree angle, 75-degree angle, but also on the CD line, the straight line. In general, what we're looking at is when we are doing a middle reverse turning kick, it goes out to 45 degrees. When we're doing a high reverse turning kick, it goes out to 75 degrees. This changes though. This changes when we start looking at it in Moon Mukto, which is 40-degree pattern, and it comes onto the CD line. But also when we are using it in sparring as well, it will generally be again on that CD line unless your opponent is moving offline, and then we go to that 45, 75 or wherever they might be. Let's look at the biomechanics then of delivering this, the basic biomechanics, because they're so important. The first thing is, let's look at to go from our L stance. With our L stance, we need to make sure that we are moving the feet correctly. So we have our typical L stance, we have 15 degrees on each of our feet, slightly inwards. We have a gap of around about 2 inches between the toes on the front and the heel on the back. To do this, we need to look at our centre of gravity going straight down when we do our rotation. So what we need to do with our front foot is to slip it across slightly so that we come almost into the centre of my rear foot. So to here, to my rear foot, to the centre. So I'm not taking it all the way across, because if I take it all the way across, what happens now is I then start to take my trajectory over that way. So we try to get that middle line again. So if I place my feet again from here, it's more of a rotation across. I'm now in the centre. I have to get my heel pointing the way I want the kick to go, or my body to go. So my heel is all the way down the CD line. My back and my backside is also there. All I need to now do is really pop onto my supporting leg and lift my other leg up and round. So I'm hitting with Dwichuk. So my heel is being hit. So one more time. I rotate, bending my leg that I'm going to be popping onto. My other foot stays in its straight position on the AB line. At this moment, I now push onto my leg, straightening it, lifting up and allowing the body to come round. There's a slight bend on the knee as well, because on impact, we don't want the knee to be straight and then to bend the opposite way and then damage the ligaments in the knee. Okay. So that's the main aspects of delivering the kick. Now when we look at how we actually deliver the kick, what shouldn't happen is it coming up on a straight line here. So if I show you onto the bag, as we rotate here, what I don't want is this to happen. It comes straight up. It needs to be going through the target. So we need to make a little bit of an arc coming up, and then it levels out. So if I show you from here, round, and I lift up and then round. I start to lift around about 8 o'clock on the clock. So from here, if this is 8 o'clock here, then at this point, as I lift up, then it rotates. So I'm going to go my heel pointing that way, the leg should come all the way around. So let's show it in a more of a fast motion now. Pulling in and down. So again, once I've done the technique, as we talked about before, pulling the heel back into the knee so that I can knee spring and come down into the next move. And down. So, we can help this trajectory piece, and we can start using a chair. Now we place the chair so that it makes us want to lift our leg at the right point. So if I'm in this position here, now I have to get my leg up and over and round, rather than if it's all the way here, and I come, and now I can lift it later. So take it a little bit further down to help with the assistance of that. So there we have the basics of reverse turning kick. Now we need to look at them in patterns. They're twice seen in patterns. First one in Oyam. And in Oyam you have the first set on 45 degrees and the second set on 75 degrees. So again, we need to look at how do we deliver this well within the pattern there. There's mechanics around this. In sparring, we're going to just throw it. We're not going to be particularly using the arms, we're just going to use rotation and go. within a pattern, there needs to be some sort of aspect to it to make it good looking, but also make it effective, but also make it so you have the balance as well within that. So let's look at Oyan then. So the first move beforehand is we're going to do a punching L stance. From this position, as I rotate around, as I said before, we rotate from here. I extend my arm out. I rotate my shoulder. Now from this position, as I come round, I pull my hands into my solar plexus, and then I can come down into my next move. Okay? So one more time. So from my punch, rotate, extend, my shoulder comes round, in, and now I can come into my next move. So this pulling back of the arms, what happens is it allows the leg to break at the 45-degree mark. So it stops the body and the pelvis rotating by pulling slightly the opposite way. Again, I'll show you one more time. In fact, I'll show you this way around. Extend, here, and pull. In and down. We then come to the second set. The second set is a little bit more difficult because it's done through Dwip Barsoghi. However, this bears out the biomechanics. Because with Dwip Barsoghi, we're doing the stance correctly. We are a shoulder width from the outside of the toes to the outside of the outside of the foot. My ball of my foot is in the centre of my rear foot. My heels are in line, 25 degrees angle on my front foot. So already I am in the correct position, as I've said before, of having the ball of the foot in the centre of my rear foot. So all I need to do from this position here is rotate, extend from here, but now go to 75 degrees here, and lift, in, and down. Okay, so one more time. Ball of the foot in the centre of the rear foot, rotate all the way around, extend the arm, and pull, and in. So that would be the high reverse turning kick within Oyan. Within Moo Moo, we see it on CD lines, I've already explained. Now within Moo Moo, what we've done beforehand is we've done a pushing kick. So Yotcha Milgi. So from this position here, we've gone in and we've done a Yotcha Milgi. From that position, we need to automatically put our foot down so the heel points straight down to the CD line. So from here, place. From this position here, I place on the centre of my rear foot. From here, I can extend, pull, round to my CD line, and then I can come in with my knife hand. Notice again, I break the foot, bring it in before coming in and do my next move. I don't just drop it. So one more time. So that breaking that foot is all important to get that balance. Okay? So there are the basics around reverse turning kick. They don't need to be that hard. All you've got to do is practice the different elements. So I reiterate, rotate the foot so it's in the centre of my rear foot. From that position then, we need to make sure the heel points all the way down CD line. My back and my backside is also pointing that way. A little bit of a tip on this is, as you get to here, look backwards from where you've come. And then, as you rotate, then rotate the head. And that might help you with getting that full rotation of the body before doing the rotation of the kick as well. Break the leg. Once we've done the kick and we've got the kick in position, then break it in, then knee spring and then come into our next technique. And that will help you with that balance aspect to it. To slow motion. Build up, and build up into going faster and faster and faster. There's no point just throwing any old kick out there. Get it correct to start with. Get the neuromuscular system to understand what the kick here feels like and where it should be putting itself, and then start to speed up from there. And as you've seen, we don't need to have something, a target to go against. A target is ideal at the end because we need to make sure we get power within that, but getting the actual movement correct is so important. Before doing this kick though, we must make sure that you are stretching, you're mobilising correctly, and so that your adductors, hamstrings, hip flexors, all the rest of it, they are all nicely warmed up and stretched, ready for you doing this. Okay? Enjoy. Thank you very much.